predecessor.
Okay.
So Renewal Funds Company. So hello everyone. It's a unique experience for me to do this by Skype, so I'm really enjoying it and getting some amusement. I hope it's functional for you, and thank you for bearing with it. I really like being in Santa Barbara because I have a 5-year-old grandson who just turned 6 last week, and I was there last week, and I wanted to come back, but it just was a bit too much. So again, thank you for bearing with this. So environmental issues are what got me into finance and business. I was from a business family, but it was the 60s and 70s, and I had some issues with how I thought business was being done and what was happening to the planet. And then after a period of reflection and getting exposed to people like Yvonne Nard and other early pioneers in the make money while doing good or use alignment with money, it became clear to me that the entrepreneurial solutions that are possible through business are one of the really important parts of what's needed if we're going to go forward into the future in a way in which our next generations have access to the kinds of incredible life that we do today. And I assume I don't need to talk much about that, and a lot of that is clear. But Renewal Funds has been an effort to say mission first. We select the companies that we invest in, and a lot of our investors, but you don't have to do that if you want to invest. We won't screen too hard for you. But in all seriousness, with companies that we invest in, we want to know what the entrepreneur and the team's goal is, what they want to do if they make a lot of money, and why this product or service is going to be good for the planet and good for people, and that commitment is real. So we've had the good fortune to have launched, we raised our first fund for outside investors in the 2008 to 2010 period. We put together $35 million, and it was a tough time to raise money, but I think there was a lot of lack of confidence in the larger financial system that was beginning to make people look at alternatives and think about the kind of legacy that they wanted to have with their money. The good news for us and for our investors is that we've had a quite successful financial track record by being disciplined and focusing on a certain category of early growth stage companies. So we've gone out to, and we're currently in the middle of raising the Renewal 3 fund, which we're aiming for $50 million, and we're fairly confident we'll be there sometime around the end of the year. This has put together a really wonderful group of investors, and we have been primarily focused on individuals, entrepreneurs, family offices or families, and charitable foundations, and a few of the kind of front edge wealth managers that really want to be in the impact investing space. And that's been our investor base, but it's its own community of people that are learning together with us while we explore how to make money and aligning with values. And we think that we'll have probably over 125 investors in our pool the time we finish this fund, about equal Canadian and American. We're based in Vancouver, BC, by the way, but we also have European families and one from Hong Kong, and so that's who we are and what we do. I think that this field is still very, very early, and like organic food, there is something happening in the mindset that says, where did my money come from? How was it grown? What was the effect on people and planet? What's its nutritional value for me, my family, my children, and how does it affect even my spirit and my legacy? And then we want to know where our money goes, who we're spending it with, what they're going to do with it, what's its impact on planet and people. And I'm thinking of it like something like organic money is probably the mass movement that I believe firmly is underway. And I believe that generationally, and because of the age of transparency that we're in, and we also have come to understand that the initial exuberance when the technological and industrial revolutions came, we all did our best and we created the best quality of life we could. but now we know enough that we know we need to do it better. So that's what that's what we're about, and that's what I think 1% for the planet is about. I've been a fan and observer of 1% since the beginning, but I'm really proud that our team has agreed to become what I think will be the first social venture capital fund to sign on to this. Why do we do it? Well, we're about finding good entrepreneurial solutions and entrepreneurs. We're about capacity building for these sectors, and we're about leverage. And what I like about 1% is that, I should say, we don't know exactly the number we're going to do, but 1% asks us to commit 1% of our profits to give away to environmental groups. Well, we're going to make 1% probably the key environmental group that we give to at some percentage. We'll also let our team have some role in deciding environmental projects that they're interested in. That's how we're going to use it. So it'll be good for our team, it will be good for our company, and it'll be good for 1% because our investment in 1% is going to be the gift that keeps on giving. Because with however many, Rebecca said, 1,500 companies going on 5,000, this means that this culture of giving from your profits back to the planet is just going to grow. So it's a proof of concept, as is renewal funds, that you can be mission first and care about the externalities of what you do in your company and be part of creating resilience and solutions for the long term. It's also good for our brand. We think we have a good reputation and that our track record and story speaks for itself, but it's a big world out there, and a lot of people are out raising money with all kinds of promises. We know that the credibility and reputation and authenticity of 1% for the planet is going to be a brand rub off on us, and it's a signal and a message of its own. Now, I hope that every company takes on 1% and then are held to a standard that they have to live up to. This is part of incremental change that is necessary. It's like a code language. We hope that our being in 1% is going to help 1% as well, and that it will lead the way for other funds and investment managers to get in. I think there are a few other wealth managers that may be in already. That's basically my story. I don't know if Allie and Charles are in the audience, but I wish I could go back to eat at Maddie's tonight, and I hope some of you will check it out. It's some of the most exquisite cuisine that I've ever had. What's the name of the town, Rebecca?
It's Los Olivos.
You guys wouldn't.
So.
Yeah, Los Olivos. So in any case, I can't be there to have dinner, and I can't meet you. I hope I know some of you in the crowd, and if not, I hope I get a chance to meet you later. And thank you so much for